So breaking news, trucking firm Yellow shuts down. And this is one of America's biggest and oldest trucking companies. Operations shut down on Sunday. And the implications of this could be very widespread. Because trucking is essentially the lifeblood of this country. And if you piss off enough truckers, and, you know, no offense to the actors and the writers, but we can live without movies, right? Like, we'll be fine. There's books, there's video games, whatever. But without trucking, we can't get food, we can't get medicine, we can't get supplies. So it like kind of it struck me today. If you piss off enough critical workers, such as truckers, you can essentially like destroy the country. And why are they shutting down? Let's get into the article. I'm just bringing it up right now. It's a LinkedIn article. They cut 33,000 jobs. 22,000 were members of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters Union, and it's selling its logistics business. It's trying to avoid bankruptcy. It has an outstanding debt of $1.5 billion and a strike threat. If they shut down, how are you going to get food? How many people in this? Well, everyone in the Midwest and like, you know, the southern central states, I guess they can grow their own food and they have a lot of farms nearby. But, you know, the well-to-do cities like Portland, Seattle, New York City, San Francisco, what the fuck are you going to do when suddenly your Whole Foods has no food? Do you know how food grows? Do you know where your food comes from? Do you think Whole Foods grows your beef in the back? They don't. What are you going to do? A lot of these millennials have no idea what the food manufacturing pipeline and supply chain looks like. They have no idea. I lost the article again. Sorry, I'm getting heated thinking about these millennials. They received a $700 million pandemic loan, but that wasn't enough, and then they're expected to file bankruptcy soon. All I'm saying is, if you piss off enough critical people, enough critical workers in this country, there will be massive repercussions. There's a lot of strikes happening now, and a lot of them are going to start affecting us, I think, much sooner rather than later.
Hey, Shalom, Makim, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Shimi, Hawashai, Shema Kakodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles, elders, a great millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. New as in the gospel, bro. Lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Shimi, Hawashai, wherever it may be. This is the Akim Mahaloya coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edifying. Going into, basically, this guy was going into the trucking strikes, you know, and I know the elder brother, Mawatazak Salakia from Cali was speaking on it as well, about how the company that he known almost went on strike as well. City workers are going on strikes for 24 hours due to the pay. The cost of living in LA is just like tremendous. It's like outrageously. You know, here the average studio apartment in LA, downtown LA, may want you $4,500 for 300 square feet, but yet you want to pay people $22 an hour to work for a city. Like that's not even that's not even a monthly salary of paying your rent, making that's dismal amount of money working for the city. I say on average they should start city workers off at $32 an hour, 33, 34, and you still barely making rent with that, because if you making like up to $22 an hour, that's like barely $4,000 a month, barely. And then you got to understand this: your annual income and your gross income is two different things. Okay, your gross income is literally cut down by 25-30%, because your take-home pay may be $4,000, but you make, you make gross, or annually you make gross $4,000 a month, but you may take home a little bit under 25, if you're lucky. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting hard out here, and people, they're getting ready to lose their damn minds. Like I made it in transit earlier this morning about how people getting ready to lose their minds, man. And it's a spirit of death and sadness in the air, you know, but that's not for us to be totally taken by, because that's just a natural human emotion. But us as men of the Lord, and you few sisters out there, you know, we have to overcome those feelings of the flesh, because, if you don't, you will be depressed. You will be overwhelmed with everything that's getting ready to happen. And ultimately, we have to embrace it and go with the punches, man. I know a brother left a comment earlier on the comment board stating that, he was feeling sad and depressed as well. And hey, that just naturally been in the fallen kingdom. But overall, brothers, we supposed to rejoice at the hell that's getting ready to break loose, because we're getting ready to come up, man. This time we're living in, brothers, and I don't know if we've specified it enough. I guess a lot of times we push how much hell the prophets are going to catch, but the prophets, we've been catching our hell, brothers. I mean, Jacob's trouble was up and up for us. Now, yeah, there be persecutions and stuff like that, but I mean, brothers, we are in the best case scenario compared to these people, because remember, the angels are going to directly intervene in our lives, bro. So it ain't really nothing to be afraid about. You're thinking of the worst case scenario. What if I get out here and get cornered and the Lord don't come through for me? Then what? Well, you can't have those what if thoughts, man. Okay, you've been putting your best foot forward. You've been doing the work, and you got to go off what you've been doing, man. It's either yeah or nay. Either the Lord going to deal with you or he ain't, And if he ain't dealing with you, you will know soon enough, But there's no reason for us to be in a downtrodden spirit. Oh, well, what if my mama died? What if my girlfriend died? Yeah, I mean, that's natural human emotion, because it is a depressing spirit out here, and we feel it. We are upset. But overall, I'm happy, man, and we should be happy, rejoicing. Just to give balance to the video I did earlier, because I don't want brothers to be walking around here thinking that they supposed to just be broken down because all the hell that's coming. No, we should be rejoicing at this shit, man. These people are the ones that's supposed to be upset and depressed because they have nothing to look forward to. Okay, this is their continuing city, but this is not our continuing city. Okay, we have no continuing city here. We have no refuge. We have no place of safety in America. So our way out is the Most High breaking this place down, man. Okay, so this is a beautiful thing. So I'm going to play this again because I missed a couple of parts. I'm not going to lie. I was listening to it, but my thought was elsewhere. So I'm going to play it again, and we just going to get a couple of precepts, and we'll let that be that. So here we go.
Implications of this could be very widespread, because trucking is essentially the lifeblood of this country. And if you piss off enough truckers, and, no offense to the actors and the writers, but we can live without movies, right? Like, we'll be fine. There's books, there's video games, whatever. But without trucking, we can't get food.
And you see, that's the nature of the damn devil. See, he wants to push his fucking depression on everybody else. Nigga, you the one that's losing. Your truckers, this is your shit. I mean, yeah, we all gonna be affected by it, but hey, we gonna have, look, man, the Most High said my servants shall eat. There's food out here. Literally, like, I'm looking behind my house right now. It's a tree literally on my balcony. And I'm looking at berries right now. They got berries, and I see the little squirrels. They come in, they eat it. I got berries right on my back tree, bro. I got herbs right in my yard downstairs. You know what I'm saying? It's food out here. I'm looking right at the tree, and the spirit is, hey, there go food right there. It's food right here. I'm looking right at it. There's berries on the tree. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's green, for the most part, is edible. Okay, now I'm not saying go eat some poison oak or poison ivy. No, man. Okay, no, I mean, don't be stupid, Jake. But even those things have medicinal uses in them. Like, I believe, and just my opinion, you can look it up, but I believe like poison ivy, like the sap in the ivy, I believe that's like a healing agent. I think that's like a balm they put that you can use to heal ailments and stuff like that. But it's a way that you extract those oils from that leaf in order to get the healing and the medicinal property out of it. Just like with anything else, man. But it's berries on a tree. I'm looking right at it. And I'm looking right out of my patio window, because I'm actually working from the crib. I'm looking right at it right now, and I'm just like, oh wow, that's dope, man. That's dope, So it's gonna be food out here, brothers, man. Just because your local neighborhood Walmart is gonna be shut down with martial law troops doesn't mean there won't be anything to eat. Okay, the Lord ain't just gonna starve us out. I refuse to believe that, but here we go.
We can't get medicine. We can't get supplies. So it like kind of it struck me today. If you piss off enough critical workers, such as truckers, you can essentially like destroy the country. And why are they shutting down? Let's get into the article. I'm just bringing it up right now. It's a LinkedIn article. They cut 33,000 jobs. 22,000 were members of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters Union.
Right, and like the brother was speaking on, unions was not really originally designed for Jake. Like, if you look at unions, a lot of unions go back to fraternal brotherhoods. Okay, like he just said, the Teamsters Union, local union, You got different unions. You got the pipe fitters union, you got the carpenters union, you got all laborers union. You have all these local 207s, the painters union. Okay, you got the fire trade union. Like I was part of a few unions over a course of my careers and stuff like that. But really, that's not for Jake. You know what I'm saying? They take your money and that be that. But the union board meetings, you don't meet these people, man. Okay, like I still get text messages from my other jobs saying, look, we got a union board meeting today, X, Y, and Z, because people are complaining about the healthcare benefits kicking in 10 months after you've worked a dangerous job. You damn near dropping dead before you get health benefits. But see, because they're taking that money and they're pocketing it, man. Okay, but unions are for Edomites. They ain't for you Jakes. You know how they promise you, oh, well, you know, you lose a job, call the union, they'll find you a job. That's bullshit, man. That don't work. You know, well, at least not for us. But 30,000 layoffs, man, that's a hard pill to swallow. So, hey, call all your how about Shimmy Havashai, man. So this is the book of Joel 1, and I'm gonna start at verses 2. It says, hear this, ye old men, and give ear, all ye inhabitants of the land. Have this been in your days, or even in the days of your fathers? Tell ye your children of it, and let your children tell their children, and their children another generation. Because remember, this word, these prophecies are passed down. Okay, like in the ancient world, you had famines, you had pestilence, but now this day and age is on a whole different playing field. It says that which in palmer worm have left. It says that which the palmer worm have left, have the locust eating. And that which the locusts have left, the cankerworm eateth. And that which the cankerworm had left, the caterpillar eateth. And I think the palmer worm is similar to like a caterpillar, if I'm not mistaken. I actually looked it up. And it says the palmer worm, any small terrestrial invertebrate, usually an agricultural pest, and having many legs and a hairy body. Okay, then I looked up the palmer worm in the Bible. It says the English word may denote either a caterpillar, which wanders like a palmer worm, or pilgrim, which travels like pilgrims in bands, and they allude to Joel, the 1st chapter. The wingless locust of the migratory locust is larvae state. Okay, so we get an idea what the palmer worm is. And these look like caterpillars. Okay, which are, wow. Even though this look like this may be some AI or some screen Photoshop stuff, nonetheless, man, Most High, he literally has his thumbprint in everything, has a signature in everything. You know, just the design of these creatures, man, that's dope. That's how you know that it's a living power. Because look at this, man. People will bug out when they see this. Oh my God, it's hideous. This is a beautiful creature, man. And they all have a particular purpose. Every creature, even from the way that the plants are made from the leaves of the tree, the Lord has put his image in those, man. Like, look at this. Look at the leaf here. Look at the fine prints and the fine detail about the particular creation of the Most High, man. We've created this with Yahweh Shai, man. Everything is meticulously created out of nature. Everything you see. Like certain spiders, man. And I know I'm off topic, but it's beautiful how the Lord does these things, man. You know, let's look, colorful spiders. And people bug out when they see spiders, but I mean, this is like on a whole different level, man. A peacock spider, wow, that's cold blooded. Got his own symbol on him. And the Lord decked these creatures out. How much more us? You know? Look at this creature, man. People, if you see that in your house, people will bug out. But Esau, he'll capture that, man. Esau make $1 billion off this creature, man. Look at this. And then he'll try to destroy it. A peacock spider. Wow. That's just dope. Sparkle muffin, peacock spider. That's how you know the Lord is badass, man. Look at it. The Lord put his signature in everything, man. Look at that. That's beautiful. Wow. It's called a sparkle muffin. Skeletorius new peacock spiders. Wow. That's dope. But anyway, it says, which the palmer worm have left, have the locust eaten, and that which the locusts have left, have the cankerworm eaten, and that which the cankerworm have left, the caterpillar eat it. But awake, ye drunkards, and weep and howl. Okay, you drunkards, talking about drunk off the philosophies of this world. Okay, everything was all good and dandy when America's infrastructures was up and running. The supply chains was delivering your foods, for the cheap. Now everything is going up, man. Like back in the day, you get 4 bags of Doritos for $1. You had what they call quarter juices, quarter potato chips, man. Like when we was younger, we had all that bullshit, bubble gum, beepers, fruit by the foot, the lifesavers candy with the colorful horse, the unicorn, you know what I'm saying? Cap guns, 4 bags of chips for $1. Then all of a sudden it was 3 bags of chips for $1. Now it's 2 for $1.08. Now a big bag of Doritos run your ass $5, man. Then you get 50 pounds of chicken wings for like $30, man. T-bone steaks, $10, man. Now a pound of chicken wings run you $50-$60. And let's not talk about bison. Shit. But it says, awake ye drunkards and weep and howl, all ye drinkers of wine, because the new wine, for it is cut off from your mouth. But for the nation is come up upon my land, stronger without number, whose teeth are the teeth of a lion, and he have the cheek of the teeth of a great lion. Because we understand in today's term, even though this is historical facts, we understand that today's term, Esau, Edom is going to come down with great wrath, spoiling and destroying our people, man. Okay, he's going to starve them out. And in order for them to get that substance that they want, they're going to take that RFID C-hip. That's how they're going to threaten people into bowing down to the NWO. And it says here, he had laid my vine waste, and the vine is talking about Israel, and barked my fig tree, and he had made it clean bare, and cast it away, and the branches thereof are made white, but lament like a virgin girded with sackcloth for the husband of our youth. And the meat offering of the drink offering is cut off from the house of the Lord, and the priests and the Lord's ministers mourn, right? Because our heritage, we was made to keep the ways of the heathen, going back into the Maccabees, man. Even when Apostle Gabar went into the Ark of Titus, how on those ancient relics, when you look on those ancient relics, even in the Josephus, it goes into it, how the Arch of Titus, how have them sacking the temple. Like when Joel tells in Joel 3, it says, you have took my goodly and pleasant things in the temple, roughly paraphrasing. Esau made murals and images, just like the ancient Egyptians, on taking us down, stealing our menorahs, our gold, our silver, putting our men and our women into captivity. You know what I'm saying? Defiling our temples. That's why it says the meat offerings and the drink offering is cut off from the house of the Lord, and the priests and the Lord's ministers mourn. But the field is waste, and the land mourneth, and the corn is wasted, and the new wine is dried up, and oil languished it, man. Okay, going into this supply system. Because remember, these scriptures are manifold. And it says, be ye ashamed, O ye husbandmen. Husbandmen goes into like farming, men that plant. Like a husband is a person that plant. And what does a man do? He plants his seed in a woman, which the woman represents the earth. Okay, and you put your seed in that woman, and it sprouts up whatever species you may be. Okay, because the seed is what harness the power. Okay, the earth does what it does, it incubates, but the seed you put in it, it dictates what the earth is going to sprout forth, which shows you that the power is in the seed. Okay, and then it is power in the earth too. The earth does what it's supposed to do. We ain't going to take away from the earth, but the seed is already predetermined. Like, boy and girl, you got the Y chromosome, you got the X and the Y chromosome. Like, you have certain sperm specimens in your sac that's going to be predetermined if you have a feminine or a male spirit. Like us men, you have a bunch of in our testicles, we have literally babies swimming around, whether they be female, masculine spirits or feminine spirits. Like certain men only seem to be able to make female spirits. Like my daughter, I have a girl, you know what I'm saying? That seed was already predetermined to come out of me to be a girl, a female, you know what I'm saying? Certain brothers have boys, have male spirits, so the man is the harbinger of life. The woman just incubates the life and push it forth, but we harbored life, if it makes sense. But it says the vine is dried up. No. It says, be ye ashamed, O ye husbandmen. How, O ye vine dressers? For the wheat and for the barley, because of the harvest of the field is perished. And the vine is dried up, and the fig tree languished, and the pomegranate tree, which pomegranate is good for blood. Like if you look at certain fruits and vegetables, like you got beets is red, pomegranates is like a dark, like a maroon color. It's good for the blood. You know what I'm saying? Like kidney beans, they're shaped like kidneys. Like if you look at carrots, you cut up carrot in the middle, it represents the eye lens, because carrots are good for eyesight. You know what I'm saying? Cataracts and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is very, very meticulous, on certain things. Beets, like I said, for the heart. You know, Lord is he labels it right there. So this is what you need. You know, grapes, berries, good for the blood. You know, the fruit of the vine. But it says the vine is dried up in the fig tree language, the pomegranate tree, and the palm tree also, and the apple tree. Even all the trees of the field are withered because joy is withered away from the sons of men. Okay, why? Because this system is crashing, man. Okay, you have a group of elites that's in power, that's controlling all the supply chains, whether food gets here to this particular demographic. We're going to take the worst and the most chemically enhanced foods here. We're going to put them in this neighborhood, in this zip code, so it can destroy this people. We're going to take Tide bleach and put this in it, and we're going to give it to this people. And those of us that's of the 1%, we're going to have all natural, fresh cut foods. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. We're going to have the fresh air. We're going to have fresh irrigation systems, and we're going to live, you know. Okay, and that's how it is. Like this one guy, he was breaking down about these yacht girls. He said how a lot of times local millionaires, they go and recruit these women to be models. And he stated that there's a fine line, a thin line between modeling and prostitution. It's basically the same shit, because the women that's modeling, they're getting prostituted. So all these little foot models and all these little Instagram models and all these little Facebook, all these little social media little thoughts out here, believe it or not, they're getting prostituted, man. And he broke it down. He said it was to the point that they were slaughtering cows and animals daily because all the food they ate was fresh supply. So on this ship, you would literally have a bison, and they would slaughter a bison, you know what I'm saying, kill it off, and they would cook it on the spot because it was fresh meat. And that's how it's supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? And that's the source that the elites, they have access to that. We don't. We getting fucking steak, ribeye steaks, whatever, that's been literally fucking processed probably 3, 4, 5 months ago. They put these chemicals in it, you know what I'm saying, these synthetic chemicals, and they put it on ice, and you think you got a fresh piece of T-bone steak when that shit has been rotten probably for 5, 6 months, man. Like ground beef is not supposed to be pink. Okay, if you ever seen a cow getting slaughtered, or if you seen the insides of a cow, there's more of a pale gray color with a hinge of pink to it. You know what I'm saying? But that pink shit is a chemical dye. It's called pink slime. You're not supposed to have pink ground beef, but yet we're consuming it. You see what I'm saying? And then you notice when you cook it, it browns it, and then all of a sudden it goes back to a brown color. You know, he does all this shit because he considered preserving, but it's really corporate greed. You know what I'm saying? They capitalizing off us. But it says, the joy is withered away from the sons of men. So gird yourselves and lament, ye priests. How ye ministers of the altar, come lie all night in sackcloth, ye ministers of my power. For the meat offering and the drink offering is withholding from your house, is from the house of your power. But sanctify ye a fast, and call a solemn assembly, and gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of Yahweh your power, and cry unto the Lord. But alas for that day the Lord is at hand, as a destruction from the Almighty it shall come. Okay, because Jacob's trouble, they getting ready to really ration things out. If you ain't got that new ID or that new system, or you don't have that new registry to enter this system, that's basically going to be your pass into the new world order. Okay, you got to be fitted with a token in order to say, okay, you're good to go. And even when you get that token, they're going to classify you through social credit systems. They're going to look at you because, hey, believe it or not, ain't none of that old shit they had on you going to go away unless you completely give over to the NWO. But they're going to classify you based on who you were on this side. Okay, well, this is your credit score. This is your consumer report. Your consumer report says this, and this. So therefore, we're going to classify you within this particular credit rating, and you only have a $500 credit limit a month until you can prove to us that you're sustainable and fit enough in order to limit your daily activities to $1,000 a month. When the elites, they have no cap on the type of earnings they can make. This is a total enslaved system, and you stupid jakes don't see it coming, man. You so concerned with a victory you call over beating Edomites over the head with lawn chairs and shit, you don't see that it's a bigger plan at hand. You playing right into Esau's plan, man. That's all he needed for you to go jump on them Edomites, which I'm not going to say they didn't deserve it. Hey, I was amped when I seen him, bro. I was pacing through the house, man. I was like, yeah, get him, Jake. Because Jake need a victory, man, but that ain't the way it's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? We got bigger fish to fry. Ain't time to celebrate yet, man. We ain't even went through hell yet. You know? But it says it's not your meat offering or meat cut off before your eyes. Yea, joy and gladness from the house of our power. It says the seed is rotting under the clods, and the gardeners are laid desolate, and the barns are broken down. For the corn is withered, meaning the supply systems, man, they making this new enhanced laboratory meat. You know what I'm saying? That's causing cancer, all types of shit. Okay, but it says, how do the beasts groan and the herds of cattle are perplexed because they have no pasture, right? Because Esau is euthanizing everything. He's euthanizing everything. He's buying up farms, and yet he's basically trying to stated that carbon footprinting, and he has to do away with farming because cows poop too much. Like, what kind of sick shit is that? Because cows deprecate and piss and shit and poop every day. That's corroding. That's messing up the atmosphere. That means that we need to do away with cows and euthanize them, and we need to bring in laboratory grown meat. What kind of sense does that make? Okay, but you Jakes, man, y'all opted in for that. But it says, "Oh Yahweh, I will cry. Will I cry? For the fire have devoured the pastures of the wilderness, and the flame have burned all the trees of the field. And the beasts of the field cry also unto thee, for the rivers of water are dried up, and the fire have devoured the pastures of the wilderness," man. Okay, because, hey, those missiles, when those are shot here on America, you can kiss it goodbye, man. All right, second Ezra 6, and I'm going to start at verses 22. It says, "And suddenly should the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses should be suddenly found empty." That's the stores. That's why they have supply chains. A grocery store is really put in place to control you. Okay, it's controlled buying. That's what they do. They have a certain amount of food. They have a certain amount of budget. They spend every month or annually on food. You know what I'm saying? They know how much produce they can sell. And what they don't sell, they go and they destroy it, or whatever they do with it. You know what I'm saying? Because the average grocery store has like 3 days supply of food. And that's all controlled because in the ancient world, we had gardens. We had our own yards. And those brothers and few sisters, or those women at that time that wanted to make extra money for their families, they would go and set up a neighborhood garden or a marketplace. You go down there and you sell your fruits and your veggies in the agora for a discounted price to make a few shekels to make ends meet. But we wasn't getting in no damn car going to no fucking Whole Foods, man. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't going to Walmart and buying wheat bread with 300 different chemicals in it just to make a damn peanut butter sandwich, man. No, we had real food. Okay, so the quicker this place fall, the better. And it says, "And a trumpet shall give a sound, and we're blowing the trumpet. It's sounding now, which when every man hear it, they should suddenly be afraid. And at that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. And the springs and the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run," right? Because your systems, your city systems, all these things are getting ready to go offline. Okay, you ain't gonna be able to call Public Works and say, "Well, look, I got a leak in my sewage." They ain't gonna come and pump that shit out, man. Ain't gonna be they ain't gonna get paid for it. They ain't dealing with it. You know? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yep, so I'm gonna end it there, giving out praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. And with that, Shalom and above all, Shalom.